Okie dokie guys, I'm going to walk you guys through your final essay assignment. So you guys have read a humongous variety of works here. You've read all different genres, letters, biographies, autobiographies, works of fiction, poems, etc., etc., etc. So what I'm going to have you guys do is I'm leaving this as open as I can because I want you guys to choose to talk about what you want to talk about within the transcendentalism unit. So you're going to choose one or more overarching themes, genres, or authors to discuss. You're going to analyze how that concept relates to the movement of transcendentalism. You need, whatever you choose, whether theme, genre, or author, you must keep it focused on the text itself. So don't give me a biography of Walt Whitman. Give me information on Whitman and how it relates to the text itself. So you're going to have to discuss how the movement and the work/author work in detail. And then, again, as usual, I want you to try to fit this into an understanding of the larger historical scope of literature. To do that, because this is the final paper and you've gotten sort of this steady narrative of literature from Columbus up to the Enlightenment, up to romantic figures, and now transcendentalism, you are going to briefly connect the text to previous texts and or authors, schools of thoughts, movements, etc. So in other words, I want you to kind of trace the lineage of the work that you've chosen and its ideas and relate it to how that's grown out of previous authors and ideas. So for example, in Emerson's Self-Reliance, I noted that it would connect really well to Ben Franklin's The Way of Wealth. Both talk about the role of the individual and how to be independent and not to neither a borrower or a lender be. So they both touch on the idea of philanthropy and money. So something like that would be really interesting to kind of trace the lineage of. Other texts could be something like Dickinson. So you would talk about Dickinson and how her voice as a female author, really started back in Enlightenment, and then moved up through Judith Sargent Murray and all of these other female authors who didn't have the opportunity to publish as legitimate poets. And then it kind of moves up through, Seneca Falls and all these different things to create the opportunities that Emily Dickinson had to publish. Another example could be something like, I'm trying to think, if you want to trace the marginalized voices. So you could start with Native American voices, move up through, we did Phyllis Wheatley, up through Frederick Douglass. And I'm saying this does not have to be extensive. It really only needs to be a good, solid paragraph. But I'm looking for comprehension that you understand that these texts build upon each other, and the ideas and the movements and the authors, they borrow and are inspired by previous works. So that's what I'm looking for, that good, significant paragraph to really kind of talk about. And there's no reason you can't expand this out and use it in relation to some of these other things. That's fine too. I just want to make sure that is included somewhere. So you need to use at least 2 sources to support your analysis. They can be scholarly or historical. It's up to you. Again, this is super broad on purpose because I want you to be able to write about what you really kind of want to write about. So the choice of topic and work is yours, so choose very carefully. This means you're going to have to discuss in depth the meaning of the chosen topic and use lots of good concrete evidence from the text as well as your credible outside sources. I've had some students use things, not in this class, but in other classes, use things like Schmoop and 123helpme.com. Those are not credible sources. Make sure that you're choosing really solid sources. Your essay is due Sunday, May 10th at midnight, 3 to 4 pages, standard MLA. And again, everything's going to be checked through SafeAssign. Note that this is the week before finals. So this is your very last possible class day, like official class day. Meaning I'm not going to have a whole lot of time to add many comments. I'll have 90 essays coming in on that day. So if you would like extensive comments, the earlier you turn it in the week, the better. If it's turned in much later than Friday, Saturday, Friday, I probably won't be able to put many comments. If it's turned in really late Sunday, I don't know that I'll be able to put any comments on it, but it will get graded, of course, as usual. You just won't get some feedback like you usually do. Because the reason being is I have to have grades turned in by, I think it's May 14th, maybe noon on May 15th. So there's really not much time to turn around 90 essays that quickly. So it's up to you. There's absolutely no pressure to turn it in early. I absolutely want you to take as much time as you need. If you need until Sunday at midnight, please do. Just if you want comments, it's going to need to be a little bit earlier in the week. Also note that there is no possibility of extension or anything like that in this case. No technical difficulties, nothing. It must be in at midnight on Sunday. This is the last chance that we can do this. So you will be assessed on the criteria of having a fully developed argumentative thesis statement. So, showing me how the text fits with other within the transcendentalism movement, as well as connects to sort of previous lineage within literature. Careful, close analysis of the text, as usual, ample concrete evidence from both primary and secondary sources, and then proper page-length MLA formatting, research, citations. Make sure you include a bibliography, as always, and then a fully developed essay structure. So a good introduction, clear main ideas, and a solid conclusion. And then everything is carefully and clearly organized, no typos, nothing like that. So that is your final essay assignment. Please note that this is due the Sunday before finals, but you will not have any final exam or assignment for me during finals week. So what I do have set up, and I'll explain it briefly here so you can go look at it after you're done. What I do have set up is an extra credit opportunity for you. You'll need to go to the extra credit folder to kind of look at that, but that is the only thing I have set up during finals week. So if you choose not to take advantage of the extra credit, then this is the last thing that you have to do for me. This will be your final assignment, and then you'll be done. So it's up to you, it's your choice, but if this is your final assignment, make sure that you do it really, really well. And you guys have done a great job so far, so keep going, keep pushing through, you're almost to the end, you're doing a really good job.